Well, I guess today's the day I die, so let's roll that goddamn intro! So last night, myself and the boys decided to mess around with a little thing called ChatGPT. If you don't know what that is, it's basically an AI service that lonely people use to pretend they have somebody to talk with. I decided with the boyos to search for Marvel game ideas, and one of them was a game called Web Warriors, which sounded suspiciously like a game called Marvel's Avengers, but for Spider-Man. So I got the idea. Welcome to this goddamn video. Alright, for the longest time, people have wanted Marvel Spider-Man to have a multiplayer feature, whether it's people cringing themselves over the first one having in-the-game files, or jumping out of their windows to their demise when they discovered Spider-Man 2 would not allow you to play as Peter and Miles with your friend. This led people to coming up with some ideas for Marvel Spider-Man's multiplayer experience, but I'm here to tell you all today that Marvel's Avengers by Crystal Dynamics has all the answers you could ever want. This sounds a bit like an ad, it's not. Trust. Marvel's Avengers face its own unique problems, and let me tell you right now, as someone who previously covered the game for the longest time on my old channel, it drained me, and I now look 45 years old. With some of the dumbest decisions I've ever seen in gaming, I'm 22 years old, but I look 45. Wild stuff. But it was still an enjoyable experience, booting it up and messing around as the Avengers with some of the lads and that, and Marvel's Avengers gave us a chance to team up together as some of the most popular heroes, of all time. And for PlayStation only, that included Spider-Man. Now, I'm not going to talk about that today, but that is, it's a good topic for a future video, subscribe and that. I absolutely loved, though, being able to put on some ugly recolours, some doo-doo poo-poo suits, and swing around the city area with the boys, violating robots, and leaving Inhumans to rot in their cells, the absolute little weirdos, alright? Imagine if Marvel Spider-Man, as a franchise, decided to adapt this design philosophy to one of their future games. By creating your own multiplayer mode with a similar end goal in mind, I could swing around with my mates, complete missions together, and heck, why not even grow my own Spider-Man like a test tube baby to be better than all of my friends? I wouldn't even add gear, because in the context of outside of gaming, gear makes you sound like an addict, and in the context of inside a game, it's quite boring. So what I would do is I would add a Paragon-like system to this multiplayer mode that would allow for me and my friends to deliver the Spider-Man differently to incorporate builds into this mode, sort of similar to Diablo 4 and Path of Exile. Marvel's Avengers released a couple of additions to their game, none that were actually that good, to be honest with you, besides the Black Panther story, which was actually really good, but that's not the point of today's video. It was exciting every single time they announced one, because I always crossed my fingers and my toes and hoped that this would be when they turn the game around. Obviously, as you guys know, I was completely wrong, really wrong, because the game is more dead than my nan. I would, however, be more than happy with them adding expansions to the multiplayer version of Marvel Spider-Man. It would introduce new stories, villains, and challenges for you and your friends to take on. It would extend the lifespan and give Insomniac a bit more juice in the tank, a bit more money towards future projects to make them even better. Marvel Spider-Man is obviously a fantastic game, but with adding some cooperative elements and an ever-expanding mode where you're always anticipating what's next, and Insomniac could build themselves an absolute cash cow and milk this baby so much that Homelander is knocking on their door. Thank you all for watching this video today. I really hope you guys like this sort of video because I am proper into it. Thank you all. I'll see you in a bit.